A new twist in the 27-year-old cold case surrounding the murder of Tupac Shakur. NewsNation confirming police searched a Las Vegas home Monday night, looking for specific items as part of an ongoing investigation into the rapper's death. To this day, Tupac's murder remains unsolved. No arrests ever made. He was shot and killed all the way back in 1996, 1 block from the Las Vegas Strip, as he was leaving a Mike Tyson fight. He died 6 days later. He was 25 years old. David Charnes from our Las Vegas affiliate broke this story, joins us live. David, I have to say, I, like many people, was so shocked when I heard this. Let's start with the man at the center of this warrant, 60-year-old Duane Davis. What more do we know about Mr. Davis?
Well, Nichole, I think it's important that we stress what you just said, that no one faces any charges at this point. This is simply police doing their investigative work. But it's important to point out that police have to get a warrant signed off by a judge to do something like this. So there has to be some sort of probable cause that brought them to this house you're seeing there on your screen. Mr. Davis, who also goes by the name Keefe D, publicly says that he was in the car where the shooter shot Tupac from on that night way back in September 1996, just off the Las Vegas Strip here. He's said in videos, he even wrote a book about all this, and we know from our sources that he lives in this home or may have some documentation in this home. We don't know exactly how he's connected to the home, but we know that somehow police were led there looking for some personal items, documents, personal writings, anything like that, that could have been there.
All right, David. So again, when there is a warrant, it's because police are looking for something. Usually they have to be quite specific on these warrants. So talk a little bit about what police actually pulled from that home.
So we don't know exactly what they pulled from the home, but our sources are telling us that they were looking for personal documents like writings, maybe messages he may have had with book publishers about, hey, this is what I know, this is what happened. Again, Nichole, in his book that I bought on Amazon this morning, you can read what he says happened that night. He says someone in the car with him who was involved in a scuffle with Tupac, Suge Knight, some of these other figures from that night 27 years ago. Someone in that car fired. Now, the question is he culpable in any way for being there now that he has publicly said this? And going in the home, what would police want? Well, they would probably want some sort of maybe a diary entry, photos, anything that we haven't seen now almost, 2 decades after this happened.
Well, David, really quick, I mean, again, 27 years ago, nearly 30 years ago, this had to shock the people who live around this home. I know you went to the neighborhood. What were people there saying?
So we went to the neighborhood where this house is, and there was someone in the home who first told us we had the wrong address, then came out and told us that things would escalate in an unfortunate way. I forget the exact way how he said it, but he said things would escalate if we stayed. We're on a public street. We're allowed to film the home. You see there, we did get aerial footage of the home there. Someone also came out from that home and said they were calling police on us for being there. Sort of interesting when you call the police who had just raided your home a couple hours before, but besides the fact no one really wanted to talk to us, we did leave. Just the error here, the feeling here in the Las Vegas area is, justice for Tupac. There are people who lived through this, who were here in 1996. This is an unsolved case that goes back, many, many years that police certainly want to solve. And now the eyes of the world are on this city and on the department to solve. And we're seeing some action. We haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, certainly having 30 years later, nearly 30 years, possibly some movement on this cold case. All right, David Charnes, live for us there in Vegas. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.